Do you remember during the pandemic, they had the whole map? Every news station had this. And they showed the little red dots when the spread started. The angel showed me something similar to this, and I will never let it go. It's also in my book because it's so important. And what I had a knowing of is when the world festers fear and hurt and pain and shame, it spreads like wildfire. And people in countries that aren't even affected by a particular thing, just because it's been inputted and it's been spread, it's the greatest marketing plan for the darkness. And that is why all the entertainment industry and everything that you can read and see and experience and feel expresses itself to you in this type of way, spreading fear to you, because fear takes you down a level. It's like taking you further away from the light. And there is where you feel the most pain, the most hate. If you are feeling fearful right now, you are going to experience these things. And what they showed me was this map. And instead of red light, there was one white light. And that was one person doing one good deed, act of kindness. And there was one person who woke up and prayed for somebody just because they didn't know them. And there was a church who was praying for the city. And there was somebody who saw another person and they became a vessel of God. And just because the voice said to them, you know what, I have $2, I'm going to give them one. This is how they showed me. And as they were showing me this, the white lights, just as the pandemic showed the red lights showing the spread of this virus that caused fear, that killed so many, it showed the infection also of the light. And it spread faster. It spread more than wildfire. It was just spreading from one act to the other. And the point that they were giving to me was the power we each have in the light that shines from us, in being kind just because, in actualizing ourselves, being a vessel of God just because, not sitting down every day and feeling poorly for yourself and saying, God's going to help them, I don't need to help them. Because God actualizes itself, its consciousness within every single human being every day. The person that you passed on the street and you put your nose up and you judged them, that was God. That was an apparition of God. That was a vessel of God that you had a choice to be kind to, and you chose not to. And what you did was you left one area of this earth with a little bit of darkness that could have been light. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing the experience that I had, that now when I speak the way I speak, because I see things differently, I feel things differently, my consciousness has expanded to such a vastness of love that I cannot be contained by culture, by religion, by denomination, ever. Because when I speak, I only speak of the love of a God consciousness that can never be contained by any one set of people, because we're all fractals of God. The breath that we breathe is the fractal of God. That is God breathing us. When I was there and I was sitting there, and it felt like I was there for hours. And I could see and understand that within each of us is a universe. That's what the angel said, not universe, universe. Because within my body is a construct of a machine that is so powerful that every invention that ever came on the face of this earth is modeled from this body that we have. So we, the spirits, have a universe within us. Super cells, super nanites that knows how to heal, when to heal the body, that knows what to do, when to do it, that knows how to project itself, that knows what it wants if we connect directly to our bodies to tell us, I want some water now. No, I prefer fruits, if we should listen to it. This super universe that we have. Somebody out there is saying, she's going crazy, but listen to me, I ain't. I was sitting there amongst angels that I thought was so far-fetched that it was not possible. And while I was sitting there, I realized to myself, oh my gosh, I am a part of a master consciousness. We are a part of a master consciousness. We are here as spirits just to experience this beautiful earth. But, however, we choose to struggle and suffer so much every single day, and we don't live in our greatest excitement, and we want to go out just to take a walk, and we don't because we're bothered. Oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that. However, you have a choice to just experience your greatest excitement now. And I came back not judging. My grandmother, I remember, it's time to go. And I didn't want to go. I didn't want to leave because I've never felt love like that before. When you transition, there is no death. And when I understood that there is no death, I was like, then what have I been scared about all this time? And I don't want to slap anyone in the face because we have families who are going through the death process with other loved ones. That's what I mean to say is a person who is transitioning is going back to God, it's going back to source, it's going back to light, it's going back to love. Give them love going up to that process. Have them understand your divine love here. Allow them to express themselves how they want to, because the minute you're born, you're going through a process of life towards this death experience, which is a transition going back to spirit. It's not as if we were taught, oh my God, be scared of death, because when you die, that's it in this life. It's, for me, for what I have experienced on the other side, no. It's infinite lives. It's going back to source with all the knowledge that you garnered here and how you expressed yourself and how you want to project your spirit self going forward. And that is far-fetched. That is something that took me a good 1 month before I told anybody that knew me, that listen to me, man. When I had that near-death experience, when I closed my eyes, I don't know how long it was on this side because this side is linear. But I went over to another side, y'all, where I was sitting with my grandmother and my ancestors were there. And I just realized that I have a spirit guide that's always been with me, and I realized that I have archangels who are my main angels, plus I have other angels, and all of us do have this great spirit team that guides us. But my little self was not listening to those little subtle sounds that kept saying to me, maybe that's not such a good idea. And you realize, oh my gosh, that was my guide. I couldn't find the keys. The car couldn't start. And then when I finally got to go, there was the horrific accident. I would have been in there if I didn't listen. Oh my gosh, I left at the right time, and I met the person who got me the job that I'm supposed to get. I was at the right place at the right time, and I heard the one thing I needed to hear, that I was asking God, guide me to this, and this is what conceptualized this business that I have that is so successful. Oh my gosh, this I didn't know this thing, but it's your guides. If you could see beyond the veil, you would understand. Oh my gosh, you would feel so powerful within yourselves. Because you understand you're not walking alone. God didn't send you down here alone and he's sitting on a throne and some things he won't see because he was looking over there. I realized, no, God is a consciousness in everything. I came back, and if you can get subtle enough, you can understand there's a consciousness in the plants, in the trees, in the earth, in the animals. And they're also smart. You'll understand that most of the stories that you always heard about is damn true. You'll find out that a lot of the fairy tales that you used to emanate from when you were a tad, when you were a little baby, they're true too. Because so men think it, so is he. It's just awesome. So near-death experience, I realize now that so many people have experienced this, and it is because it is the time for it. It's a time for people to get out of the fearful state, out of the panic state. And it's like Mark has said, in different parts of the world, for people to redirect themselves, understanding that you're not as alone as you think you are, that beyond the surface there is a greater consciousness that is really guiding you, if you will allow it, if you will ask for help, if you will have an understanding that I am beyond this, I can do this. What people perceive of me matters not once I understand and believe in myself. And having that, then I understood Earth isn't so bad after all. It's up to us collectively to change the trajectory of where Earth is going. If the majority of the planet now is in a fearful state, we will experience fearful things. We will have atrocities. We will have disasters. The Earth will shake. We haven't dealt with Gaia at the best forever. We haven't dealt with the Earth the best forever. We will have horrible things happen. It's not the first time it's happening. It's not projected to destroy a people. I have not seen so far the Earth being annihilated, because the Earth being annihilated will affect every other universe that's out there. It's not going to happen. But collectively, we as the people have to understand that the main two things we need to let go of is judgment and fear. And it's so easy, especially on social media. Somebody watches something that they don't understand and immediately they start to judge. How dare you? You're from the devil. You're the demon. Oh my gosh. I have to do a video about ghosts, demons, devil, whatever. But we immediately start to judge. We judge so much that people separate themselves even more. It's like we all came from one cell. There was a cataclysmic explosion and we all diverted into multiple millions infinite cells. And instead of all of us projecting the light, we started to separate ourselves and crone together and said, we are the right ones, so you are wrong. And if you don't adapt to this paradigm, you're damned to hell. And if you don't love this color, you're going down the drain. And the devil is into you because you do not speak this way. And you worship a different name, so you are doomed. And it has to be understood that we all came from one cell. Shoot, I didn't know this. I didn't know any of this. And we're all fractals of the same light. As we disperse out there, we make our own choices. And yes, some of us have been polluted. It's like taking bottles of water from the ocean being God. And some of them are flavored. We put different flavors in them. Some of them are still pure like this. And they still have all the essences of God. But some of them are flavored. Some of them have a little pepper. Some of them have tar in it. You can't consume it. It makes you sick. And that are fractals of people. But everyone still has a choice to clean up. Water always cleans itself up. Spirit always cleans itself up. But it's up to you. It is your choice. So my near-death experience has been a mind-blowing one. And when I came back, my grandmother said, it's time to go. My grandmother, she said, it's time to go. I didn't want to go. And all of a sudden, the light slowly went away, and I was in darkness. And I remember I was there, and I saw a pinhole of light, just a pin. It was like I was in a dark room and somebody poked a pin in somewhere and I could see a pinhole of light. And I slowly started to feel this body. And I think now that after I came back, I realized it was my breath coming back. It was God breathing me back to life into this body, because my spirit had left this body during that experience. So my apparition of seeing the pinhole was the God breath coming back into me. And then it just started to expand. And when I came back, it was... and And when I came back with that breath, that's why I'm so serious with my breathing, because I understand that that was the breath of God. Your breath, your breathing is very important. That is your connection to spirit. This breath is all you have that connects you to spirit. And we're all connected through a silver umbilical cord that connects each of us to God. There's none of us that's separate, even the ones that commit murders. But it's your choice and it's your karma, whatever you're going to decide. When you go back, you have to deal with that. And if you can't deal with that, you're going to find yourself in the underworld. And the underworld is a place that you choose however you want it to be. You choose whether you want to relive the people that you've hurt over and over again. But see, God says to you, when you're ready to deal with this, then I will take you. So even in the afterlife, even when you transition, people who have done atrocities, you have to deal with that in the spirit world. You have to deal with that. It has to be transmuted back to love. And then you can go to the light. And this is why we have so many, people say Roman spirits and demons, but what they are lacking, the reason why they are dark, the reason why they are darkness, the reason why people call them demon, the reason why they cause havoc in your life now is because they're on such a low vibration. They're such shameful. Because the minute you transition, you all of a sudden realize what you did. And if you decide to deal with it, you can go back to the light. If not, you will remain in the afterlife. And humans, spirits who have a body who's living, if we are as negative as this emotion that this being is carrying, yes, they can attach themselves to you. Oh crap, I've learned so much. And I finally understood, oh my gosh, I don't need to fear the darkness because I'm not attracting the darkness. And I'm not going to allow myself to be on a vibration so low that you can attach your damn self to me with your sad story. Stay over there. Connecting yourself to spirit, saying a prayer every single day and connecting yourself to spirit, connecting to your breath and understanding that you are not separate from God is so powerful. Because even the darkness you understand. You understand that the darkness really only wants love. So somebody who's doing something evil to you, don't do evil back to them. Send them love. Say a prayer and say, God, I wish they become their best versions of themselves. I hope they be successful, even though you know they're setting a trap for you, because what that does is weaken the darkness that they're trying to emit onto you. It will never affect you. I've learned that so far. Simple things that I've been so damn fearful all my life. Oh my God, they're going to do this. Nobody has that power unless you allow them to, unless you allow them to take you down to their story, their sad story. And then you start telling your own sad stories. And this is where the union comes in of darkness. For everyone, or for anyone who's ever had an experience spiritual like this, I would love to hear about it. Because sometimes you don't want to talk about it. But when I talk about it, it's a relief. Because I know somebody else may go through something and they don't want the world to know. But listening and understanding that you're not alone, that God is with you always, that is in the breath, that you will understand how powerful you are.